Hey there, Randy Walker here, coming to you from Vero Beach, Florida, and want to talk about this book that I wrote and published, and it's called The Hurricane Handbook, Your Essential Guide to Staying Safe Before, During, and After the Storm. So, coming to you from Vero Beach, Florida. People here in Florida, like myself, we know all about hurricanes and hurricane seasons and how to prepare and endure through hurricanes. So I've had a lot of experiences with hurricanes. I pay meticulous attention to hurricane season and when hurricanes are coming, even if they're not coming through the area where I'm at. And I just picked up all sorts of stuff from osmosis and from personal experience and so forth. And I decided that I wanted to write all this down to help people prepare. Certainly when, hurricanes are coming through, Vero Beach, I tell some of the newbie Vero Beach residents or Florida residents, what they need to do as far as preparing for a hurricane. And I decided to write it all down and put it in a book so it could be helpful to not just people that I'm immediate, friends with and have immediate relationships with, but anybody out there that is moving to a hurricane prone area and they can prepare. So, the book talks about, the experiences that I've been through. Here, I remember, hurricanes in Connecticut when I was a teenager. Hurricane Gloria was one of them that came through Connecticut. Actually, I'm filming this video on the anniversary, for those of me that know me from my tennis circles, my book On This Day in Tennis History. It was today, September 24th, when Don Budge won the Grand Slam by winning the U.S. Open, and his semifinal and final round match were delayed by a week because of a devastating hurricane that hit Long Island and killed a bunch of people and so forth. So, just a little anecdote there. But, we had Hurricanes Matthew, Hurricane Irma in 2017. This is actually also the anniversary of Hurricane Helene, which devastated Asheville, North Carolina. So, hurricanes can go deep inland and have major impacts inland. So, but things that I talk about in the book, when is hurricane season? When should you start, preparing? What is a Category 1 hurricane? What is a Category 2 hurricane? What is a Category 3 hurricane, etc.? What you should do long term, like when hurricane season starts. There's little things that you can do to prepare for, the hurricane, preparing your roof, your windows, your doors, trimming your trees, preparing flood barriers, even just things like getting supplies of non-perishable foods, just getting a couple little things here or there and just, rather than going to the store at the last minute and, everything is sold out, preparing, getting some water, all that kind of stuff. Rooftops, stocking up on batteries, like things like that you can do, long term. I mean, I have a bunch of also solar powered, battery packs and power, not the big generators, but, the smaller generators. It really has to be a bad hurricane for you to get one of those solar generators, or if that's something that you just absolutely need. Getting all your insurance documents, and then as the hurricanes, is approaching, getting cash, filling your gas tank up with gas. Because the gas stations might be out of power and you can't get gas. They might lose power and you can't get money out of the ATM and credit cards aren't going to work. Things about, how to prepare your bathroom and, filling your sink up with water and your tub up with water. Just all sorts of things, to stay safe, and after the hurricane too. So this book's available on Amazon.com. It's just a great read to just be prepared. And, just by buying this book, you could, save yourself, some money, some aggravation, etc. So, speaking of books, also check out my book, Max and the Growing Money Tree, which is a great book, kids book, to teach kids the importance of saving and investing money at a young age, dollar cost averaging over the years, how much money you can make just by saving a little bit of money every day, every week, every month, and investing it compound interest is powerful. But anyway, this book is about the Hurricane Handbook. So it's hurricane season. Get it on Amazon. You can get it as a book. You can get it as an electronic book. So if the storm is coming and you want to read it as the storm is coming and you're worried about it not getting there in time, you can download it as an ebook. And it's also an audio book too. So you can play it in your car as you're running around town getting ready for the hurricane. So anyway, Hurricane Handbook by Randy Walker on Amazon.com. You won't regret it if you live in a hurricane-prone area.